Sheila here with Aries Moon and Uranus at the end of Taurus. Venus still in home sign Taurus. And a little bit of the overall vibe, whether it's approaching the new moon in Aries, which is going to go Chiron and Aries. And Uranus at the end of Taurus. Pluto in Aquarius, Saturn in Aries. Mars opening synodic cycle with Neptune. There is a thread that might not resonate with everyone, but I feel that this is, some millennials might resonate, even some Pluto Leos, and other generations. And this is that there's an overall vibe where there's a desire for honest, honoring relation communication. As basis to everything is going to be there. And you know what? I was watching, and without taking any sides in politics, because the picture is dynamic. I've been watching even Iran complaining about negotiations that begin in a certain way and then move to certain power tactics. Now, it's not like Iran was not practicing those power tactics, but the thread that I'm picking on is the thread of those that are aware of the many things that intervene in between something as simple as people taking care of themselves without nervous system hacking. Consistent autonomy, sovereignty, whether on occultistic level, whether on, what I mean when I say occultistic, awareness of, let's say, various types of magic, or political level, economic level. There's a thread that is called to level up and align. Doesn't work with child sex trafficking rings. Doesn't work with trying to control what everybody thinks, says, feels. Doesn't work with those, how should I say, I call it tight fist thinking. Whether emotional, economic, psychological, or psychic. Now, of course, there's a reason for all of that. And there's a deep wish, a deep desire to align with that which we've all been working hard for in each and every aspect of our lives. There are no excuses to those practices. And what I mean, no excuses, I mean, there is a call to evolve from those cultures, those practices, and it isn't like the signs weren't there. And the level of, how should I say, it's not even the level of disappointment when it's not there. It's the level of, hey, I am on that path. The world should accommodate for that path. There isn't an excuse, not technological, not political, not economic, not occultistic, that the world should not accommodate for that path. The notion that we should adapt ourselves to what is not actually the natural world. And not only that, such tremendous amount of energy was invested in turning things into what they call is to evolve from. No matter how much this call is repressed, oppressed, delayed, swept under the rug, mistreated, threatened, whatnot, that call is there, and any foundation that doesn't account for that is not a solid foundation. I think that this new moon, which means moon and sun, conjoining the ouchie of the zodiac, which is Chiron, exactly that wound of relation. And it has to do with people and leaders, hidden and visible. This, how should I say, stress over power, agitation, frustration with people being sovereign. It's not just about image or how something is being seen or perceived. It's about what something authentically is. And if I think about Aries, the thing in itself, okay? The thing in itself is literally, for me, perhaps poetically thinking, sun in Aries. And we have a unique moment on a worldly level where there is a coming up friend, which I've warned about. And this coming up thread is that the thing in itself, the relation in itself, the leadership in itself, the heart in itself, per individual, needs to align with that thread in whichever way people individually perceive or need for that to be in their lives. I'm not going to comment on hormones because I know that there are folk there, so Mars Invisible does take things to a philosophical level, but it's still a very applied. There are simply the things that need to be there. We can't go with them missing. The world with them missing. Life does not sustain with those things missing. I think another thing, Ketu on Magha Nakshatra, there's, I think, a lesser known facet of Magha Nakshatra, or the Regulus Nakshatra, and that is the stunt-like quality. For example, a good Leo placement knows how to be fun and knows when to be serious. I said a good Leo placement. To practice that might be an art of a lifetime. I don't know. I don't have a placement there, but if I think the last time that Ketu went through this nakshatra, we purged the Epstein ring. It was the first chapter. And now there is something where and when I think about it, we purged an entire culture. Some of us may have been avoidant because of that culture. Some of us have had mixed places where we swiped under the rug something, or we laughed from jokes, or we um, and then the more aligned we are with the thing in itself, we're like, okay, that's actually does interrupt with my life energy. Or I actually do want to be in an environment where that is something different, or a circle of people where I do align with that thing in itself, with that religion, with that not from place of judgment, from place of noticing, and like, hey, that's missing in my life. And when something frustrates the ability to access even a circle where that missing thing exists, that can be where the wound is. In Aries, we might find it within self. And yes, Ketu does denote at things that, however sensitive and intricate, have exceeded the, let's say, bad joke type of. And whether it is culture, occult practices, politics, economy, business affiliations, culture. My prediction is that in the coming months we're going to see a big purge of that, or a big dematerialization.